Return to Dallas for the first time since being traded to the Lakers, taking on those Mavericks. Oh, what a reception he got. And Luka got a mass tribute, a video tribute, and got emotional, brought him to tears. Take a look.
At guard, in his 7th season from Slovenia, number 77,
Dirk was in the house, and the two guys who were traded for each other. Anthony Davis, Luka Doncic, like, yo, give me a hug before the tip. We pick it up in the first quarter. Yo, every bucket Luka made, the crowd cheered for him. They didn't do the same for GM Nico Harrison. But you know what? Early on, Monica, you thought it was going to be one of those special nights for Luka. Step back three, count it.
I thought it was going to be a special night for Luka yesterday. And I got to give him tremendous credit for being able to regulate his emotions and step out there and perform this way.
He had 14 in the first quarter. How about LeBron throwing down 2 of his 27? He really turned it on in the fourth quarter. You'll see that a little bit later on, but it was all Luka Doncic, especially for the first 3 quarters. He hit that 3. It was like 3 after 3. He was 6 of 8 from distance.
This is so much a part of his game in terms of having those big nights, is getting it going from distance, and he did just that. But just a tremendous poise in the magnitude of the emotions of this moment.
He had 31 at the end of the third, and in the fourth, LeBron just took over. 13 of LeBron's 27 came in the fourth quarter.
LeBron continues to defy time.
Defying gravity. Luka didn't even get off the ground for that.
Right.
He flipped that up and in. Look, at this point of the game, you knew it was a special night for Luka. He's got 43. How about 45 on the night? And listen to the reaction from the Dallas crowd. Went on for well over a couple of minutes. Doncic, 45 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists in his return to Dallas. Lakers win 112-97. Here's Luka after the game.
I don't know how I did it, because when I was watching that video, I was like, there's no way I'm playing this game. But, you know, all my teammates had my back. They were really supporting me, so I really appreciate that. Like I said, I came as a young kid here with 18, and I know what to expect from NBA. And, you know, they made me feel like home, and it's just a lot of great, great memories.
His ability to then go perform, lights turn on, he's teary-eyed still as we walk out on the court for the tip ball. It's superhuman. I thought he was going to get 50. You know, I was disappointed.
So he let you down?
A lot of people thought he was going to get 50 last night. Bobby Marks joins the conversation. Bobby, what was your reaction to the Dallas reception for Luka?
Oh, a wide range of emotions. I think emotional, a little bit of awkwardness, certainly electrifying here, Brian. Usually when a player gets traded, they come back and they get booed mercifully. Here's a game where the player was cheered throughout the game. And there was a point in that second quarter when certainly when Dallas was still in this thing, where basically the fans were cheering Luka, and then they were also cheering the Mavericks too when they were scoring the basketball here. So it was an interesting night. I think it certainly exceeded the expectations as far as what I thought how this Dallas fan base would treat Luka Doncic.
What did you think about the emotional return for Luka?
I loved what our colleague Brian Windhorst said last night on Countdown. He was like, now Luka can begin his career as a Laker, truly. And I actually think that the guys on set chimed in and said, these are the sort of moments that build equity and help the relationships really fuse for a team in terms of trying to do something special, as these guys have a potential to come up with that 3 seed in the Western Conference. I think I was surprised a little bit in that it was the entire game.
Mm-hmm. Every bucket.
Yeah, like I thought maybe, all right, they'll give them like a half, a quarter. They still kind of want their team to win. The Mavs are still trying to stay alive for the play-in. So I think to me, it maybe in the fan base, it doesn't feel like this year is going to be anything worth writing home about. And so maybe that's part of why they could continue cheering for Luka the entire game. I think maybe that was the wrinkle for me, but he's certainly a guy that warrants that level of appreciation and gratitude from his fan base that he started his NBA career with.
Listen, it was one of those trades that shocked everybody in Dallas. Obviously, there's a reason why there's so much vitriol aimed at the front office. The Dallas now did their part with the video tribute. They also gave everybody in the arena had T-shirts that said basically "Thank you, Luka" and Slovenian. Give me your thoughts on all of that that Dallas did for Luka Doncic there, Bobby.
Well, I'm going to put my cranky Bobby hat on. I love the video. I hated the T-shirts. I really did. And here's why. They broke up with Luka. It's like your boyfriend or your girlfriend breaking up with you and then basically sending you like a nice, box of candy or a video montage of all the greatest moments that we've had. Yeah, it's a little bit awkward there. So I would not have. I think you gotta have to kind of cut it off as far as from a video standpoint. Don't make it where basically that's the talking point the next day. Should have just been about the video and certainly the game.
I'm okay with the T-shirts. I actually, as the morning has continued, I feel like the T-shirts, Bobby, were a little bit of a peace offering to the fans who we know are livid about this trade. I'm okay. I think, though, I agree with what Wendy said in terms of, like, both teams can now move on. Obviously, for the Mavs, it's about getting healthy so that they can put their best team out and go after championships, which is their goal. And the Lakers are in real position to do something special this season. But now that the more I think about the T-shirts, I'm sure that Nico Harrison probably knew that was going to happen. I think that is about a little bit of amends to your fans because they are so, everybody was so blindsided by this trade.
You mentioned Nico Harrison, who of course is the GM.
Monica, real quick. Sorry, Brian. Real quick, Monica, you know what the peace offering could have been? Not doing the trade. Yeah. Don't do the trade.
We gotta be where we are, Bobby. We gotta be here. The trade is done. How can we make this nice? Here's a Slovenian T-shirt. Now stop booing me.
Exactly. Exactly. A Slovenian T-shirt. Now go sit down. But that's hilarious. By the way, you talked about Nico Harrison. I thought it was uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable that not only did they cheer for Luka after every bucket, but they mercifully with the fire chant.
So let's do this. Bobby, BC, when are the chants going to end?
I just think it needs to end right now.
When? Tell me when. They're not going to end this season.
It's not going to end this season.
I don't think they are.
It's not going to end this season. Not at all.
They're not.
Perpetuity, Bobby?
Nope,
oh, God.
They're not ending this year. They're not, and they're going to go again next year here. And it's funny, there was a point last night when we're watching the game, and I walked out and talked to my wife about this, and I asked her, what would you have done if they're chanting my name and to fire me? And she said, well, first of all, I wouldn't have allowed you to trade Luka. I wouldn't have basically taken your phone away and say, do not do this deal here. But I listen. Nico Harrison wears it on his sleeve. He's out in public. Certainly, he was out, not sitting in the crowd last night, but in that hallway there. He's fully aware as far as the disdain that this Mavericks fans have with him right now.
That is something. The one thing I will say about that, Nico Harrison has been public. I mean, he's been at the games. He's even been on the road there. So it's not like he's gone into hiding.
Yeah.
He's been out there. Hey, look.